Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Sadler here again from the Big Metal Detecting Podcast. I keep stalling after Big because I keep forgetting what it's called, to be fair, because we're brand new. Anyway, day 2 at the Rodney Cook Memorial Rally, and up to now I believe it's been an absolute success. First thing this morning was announced that the money raised were up to £34,000, so thank you everybody for your generous donations, and those of you who've been involved in the rally, obviously thank you to yourselves. So we've got a number of people we've got to speak to today. Luke's following me around in front of me, putting his thumbs up to people, and we've got a couple of specialist guests as well, specialist guests, people who have had some fines and consequences. So firstly this morning, we have a nice lady who's going to have a chat, who I have no idea what your name is. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm fine, thank you. I'm Carol Easton.
Carol?
Yeah.
I'll come a bit closer so I'm near the microphone as well. So, how's your weekend been?
It's been great. We're just here for the day because I'm Gary's auntie and I'm here with my husband. And last year when they did it, it was brilliant, and we just come over for the Sunday because we're not detectives, but we do come over to support the brilliant occasion. It's really good. And we were with Gary and Lisa during the week, and we could see how, even then, how busy they were, the work that goes into it. And it's just a lovely atmosphere, because normally at a detecting rally, people are quite into what they're going to find, if it's going to be good, if it's going to be valuable. Here, it doesn't seem to matter. It's just that they're all like-minded people, they're all together, they're having a brilliant time, and it doesn't matter if anyone finds anything or not. And everything goes to charity. And they all work so hard. Gary and all his colleagues and his wife Lisa, I've been there, we were there during the week, and I've seen the phone never stops ringing. And you imagine doing this, it's absolutely great. And I'm with my two sisters, and I'm with Rodney Cook's widow. That's Gary's mum.
Hi Mum, you alright?
And I'm with my other sister Jan, and they've been busy supporting, and my husband Martin. Yeah, we're here to. We've got Gary's back, and we think he's brilliant at what he does, and everyone that helps him as well. It's a really nice atmosphere. It's a special day as well, and it's for a lovely cause.
It certainly is.
Causes. And it is, yeah, it's a great atmosphere. It's a lovely time. So I'm just very pleased that I can be here. And we all are, aren't we? Yeah, we're all here to support him. Yes. So thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to say this. And sing their praises. There are a load of lovely guys here, and girls out there. And they're lovely people, and they've just got they've all got big hearts. That's why we're all here. They've all got big hearts.
They have.
Yeah, they have. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And obviously this morning Gary announced we're up to £34,000, which has smashed last year's figure. So obviously at the end of the day, at the end of the week, obviously when all the funds are in via GoFundMe and other areas, that looks like it's going to completely smash last year's fantastic figure out the water. So congratulations to all, and it's in memory of Rodney, fantastic, and I fully appreciate what you've been through with my own family, and kudos to everybody involved. So thank you very much, and I'm going to continue walking round. My compadre has disappeared, so I don't know where I'm actually going next. So if I make my way back to I'll just talk rubbish for a while I'm walking. Thank you all very much. So a fantastic bit of heartfelt gratitude from the family of Gary Cook, and each and every one. All the marshals have been great, all the people involved have been great. Now, a couple of friends of mine, one of them won't speak, but one of them's going to be forced to speak. This is Mark Hambleton. Mark and his colleague Joe, who's here, but Joe, you're going to say hello. Joe,
say hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
Oh, it's Joe. I forgot it again. Joe Kania. Joe and Mark discovered the leak thrift tour cord back in December 2018?
16.
2016, do apologise. So I'm going to hand you the microphone, and you can tell us about the weekend. Joe's walking off. So Mark's going to just give us a brief about how the weekend's been.
Yeah, fine, Dave. Yeah, all right, mate. It's been very good. Really enjoyed it, mate. It's one of them things whereby you say you're going to do these 2 days, and you get yourself geared up for it. You know what I mean? Are they going to be this good? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? But it's really enjoyable. Even though we haven't found anything. You know what I mean? It balances itself out, doesn't it, in the end, when you're doing this stuff. So, like Gary said last night, somebody took pay for me. you know, having a bad day on the field's not as bad as some things in life. You know, mate. So yeah, looking forward to Oxford next week as well. You know, with the Detectival, we'll be down there again. So yeah, looking forward to it, mate. It's all good stuff. You've got to keep getting out there and swinging, haven't you?
You certainly have.
You know what I mean, mate?
Swinging in a good way, not the other way.
On the other way, yeah, as well. Both, get the both in if you can, mate.
Well, thanks, Mark.
You're all right, mate.
It's been a pleasure, and obviously we'll speak to you in the future again, no doubt. And obviously I'll see you in passing because we're near enough neighbours.
We are, mate. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So thanks very much.
Swinging
Mark.
in the field next to you. You never know.
Take care, Mark.
Good to see you.
On we go. Joe's running off again because he thinks I'm following him. So I'm walking around the event. There's people milling around everywhere, coming back from this morning's field and whatnot. I've not seen any of the finds themselves that today's brought, but yesterday there was quite a few status, Roman coins, medieval hammered coins, and it's really, really nice things popping up out of the ground. So, Luke, where am I going next? And who is this gentleman, Luke? You're not telling me. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello there, I'm Peter from the Wyvern Historical and Metal Detecting Society, Swindon.
Swindon, marvellous. I have actually heard of you. So I've not heard much, but I've actually seen you pop up before. Not you personally, but the group. Tell us a bit more about the group itself.
Well, our group, I like to class that our club is quite a professional club, hence the name Historical Society. And we quite enjoy finding artefacts and coins, and much of it often finds its way into museums. So we abide by the Portable Antiquity scheme and love what we do. We're a great bunch of people.
Fantastic. So this weekend at the Rodney Cup Memorial Rally, you've been here all weekend or just a day?
No, I came down today. I've got colleagues here. These are my colleagues here.
Hello, everybody.
And some of them have been here for the weekend, but I only drove down this morning from Oxfordshire.
And have we pulled anything nice out of the ground today?
Not yet. I always leave my finds to the afternoon.
And obviously everybody else who's been here this weekend, they've told you what. No, it's a fantastic cause that we're all here for.
Absolutely, yes, and we fully support it, of course, yes.
Marvellous. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'll crack on, looking for my colleague, talking randomly about things that I haven't got a clue about during my brief trips finding him again. Thank you all, and hope everything goes well. Take care. So, where am I now? Am I in there? I've been motioned towards Regton's. So, Regton's obviously one of the main brands in the country that suppliers of metal detectors, garage XPs, motion detectors and tools and other bits and bobs. So, good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And you are?
I'm Marcus Ingram, closely brother of the owner, Nigel Ingram, Regton. People didn't know, this company is now 39 years old.
Which is, the same age as the NCMD, which is 40 next year?
That's correct. Our father started detecting and had a metal detecting business in 1971. He was detecting in the late 60s, right at the beginning. We've been around for a little while.
I'm actually going to show you a photograph in a wee while of me in the 1970s with my dad metal detecting.
You had hair then?
Yes, I've still got hair now, which is to shave it off randomly. So Regton's, you've had a good weekend at Rodney Cup?
Yeah, it's been good. We've been happy to support Gary. We've known Gary for a long time. Obviously aware of what's gone in through his situation with his father. We're very happy to be here. Not quite happy, very happy to be here to support him, as we have for all the time with all the 2 rallies that he's done so far. It's been good for us. At the end of the day, we're not here to sell things. We're here to show our business, to answer people's questions, help people with problems that they have. We've been helping people with all their detectors, even the brands we don't sell. We've got experience of those. I've been helping people with Technetics. I've been helping people with mind maps, even though we don't sell them. But we've been helping them with our own brands as well. The XPs, the Garretts. We're happy to help anybody, anytime.
Now, I've been trying to get Regton's on our other podcast for quite some time. Obviously, business issue, obviously how busy you are, and I can understand probably Brexit may not help you in the coming weeks or such. But I'd really like yourself or one of the other people from Regton's to come on to one of their future shows and have a good hour talk about the company and what you do, etc.
Yeah, it's something that possibly Nigel or myself can do. Nigel's the better oratory person, I would say, although he's a little bit reluctant to get in front of the mic, although he's done it many times.
Yes, I've seen him in front of the mic. Unfortunately, he's not here this weekend. He's got other things going on.
No, he actually at the moment is at Heathrow Airport picking up Garrett, so he's picking up King and George along with members of the Garrett factory, bring them over to the UK. They have, every year they come over and do a number of things for their own business, which Nigel helps them out with, and then he will be arriving at Detectable with them next weekend. He'll be there on Saturday. We'll be here with Garrett on our stand. We'll have XP with us as well. Alan from XP. We will also have a number of YouTubers. Not only Garrett bringing over King and George, but we've got Aquachica will be with us. We'll have Jocelyn, Relic I never remember her name. Yeah, that's the one. Get the tongue around it. She'll be with us as well. Nigel's picking them up next Friday. We've also got our own YouTubers that we're bringing to the fore this year. So we've got a number of Garrett ones which we'll be introducing to people, and a number of XP ones that we have as well, that we've been developing over the last year and a half.
And we'll of course have my good friend Digger Dawn who'll be coming down if she can find the water and not get lost.
Dawn is definitely coming. You've got to have her, entertaining as ever. A lovely person. Yeah, she'll be here as well. She's come down for the request of Garrett. So.
Well, we had a pre-lunch show on Thursday nights with Dawn on Soley, so we chatted all about Regdens, we chatted about the machines, the Garretts, and we chatted obviously about Detectable. So looking at her Facebook, she seems a little bit giddy at the moment, waiting for Detectable to arrive.
Yeah, well, she's giddy any time, as you know. That makes her entertaining. But yeah, she's looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. It's a bit of a rush after this because we get back. We've got 3 days to restock, replan, and get there and set up. We'll see our setup that we have here. We're changing it around a bit for next week, and hopefully people will like that.
Well, it'll be a pleasure to see you again next week, and of course be able to accost Nigel personally.
No problem, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.
That was Regdens.com, and obviously give them a look in online, and anything you need basically you'll be able to apply from there. Or of course there's other organisations out there such as Leisure Promotions, Cadence, and Joan Allen, and of course my friend Graham Rushton from Unearthed UK. So I'll have a little bit of a mosey round again, see where I'm going this time. In fact, I know he's in the conversation with Julia, so I'll pop back into the marquee. See my colleague, he's now pointing out Dave Chris. So let me just find him. Hi Dave,
hello.
How are you?
Christ, that was quick. Let me put down my rubbish. Yeah, not too bad. Excellent.
And Rodney Cook Memorial Rally this weekend.
Fantastic. We've been working on this for a year, and it's all come to fruition over this weekend. 3 days for these detectorists to just go out there and do what they love to do with their hobby of metal detecting. That's what it's all about.
And we've raised some fantastic funds this year. Surpassed last year's already.
Yeah. We obviously the figures aren't in yet. Our treasurer Ray hasn't sorted all the books out yet, but we hope to actually beat last year's. And at the end of the day, we're doing it all for charity. You know, we don't make anything of it at all. The 3 charities that we're supporting this year are going to benefit to the tune of, nearly 30,000, somewhere in that figure.
Fantastic. So metal detecting wise the weekend, how do you think that's going to be?
Well, all the lads I spoke to, none of them have been moaning at all. Okay, I've heard a few moans and moans. People say, oh, you've gone in the fields, and there's nothing in there and they haven't found anything. But other people in them same fields have been finding bits and pieces. Okay, maybe they're not all excellent finds, but there's lots of finds coming out. But since then, since today especially, we've heard about Saxon skeets, we've heard about Roman coins coming up, we've had a few Roman brooches, right up into the medieval, post-medieval. The Saxons are quite well up on the actual finds. So yes, I think they've done quite well. And in the finds cabinet, there's lots of bits and pieces, nothing special. I mean, I know people say, oh, you know, there's a gold coin here, a gold. Yeah, there is a few gold coins come up, bits of gold come up. But personally, I think I'm more interested in the artifacts because they're more personal to people. You know, if you find a coin, it's been passed from hand to hand. Whereas if you find an artifact, the chances are that person's gone out and bought it. You know, they've spent money on it, and that is a fantastic feeling that you found something that unfortunately someone's lost. You know, 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000 years ago, and it was very personal to them. And that's why I like the hobby. I've been in it 35 years now, and you dig a hole and you find something and you hold it in your hand. You know, no one's touched that object for, you know, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, and that gives you a fantastic buzz. And then, of course, afterwards, you've got this, you've got to figure out, you've got to clean it, you've got to do whatever you want to do to it, you've got to record it with a pass. I'm very passionate about recording with a pass scheme, the portable antiquity scheme. They do a fantastic job since 96, 97 when they started, you know, million and a quarter fines, that a majority of them come from us as metal detectorists. Hey, that's got to be something, hasn't it? It's got to count for something. Just being part of recording history, okay, because it's not all down to our, pardon me, I've got a bit of a cough. It's not all down to the archaeologists, it's down to metal detectorists as well. And if they record responsibly, we all benefit. Fantastic, isn't it?
It certainly is. Now, a little Vicky bird has asked me to ask you about a certain order that you discovered.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, and I don't know much about it, so I'm going to ask you the question about it because then you can tell me yourself.
Right, okay. Yeah, well, just to put fill you in, 2010, I was detecting in just outside Frome in Somerset on one of my farms. I'd had permission for about 4 years. I was just walking across the farm, beautiful sunny day, walked across the farm. I got a couple of little signals. I dug the first signal. It turned out to be a Roman silver coin. Okay, it was a silica, quite late. And I thought, oh, that's nice, lovely. Nothing unusual, so I'm in the Roman area, I'm by a Roman road, so I put it in my finds pouch, cover the grass in, walk away.
John, are you online?
2 or 3 minutes later, get another signal, and I dig another one. And then I walk away, I find another one. And that day I found about 26, 30 of these silver coins in the grass, you know, literally in the grassland, scattered over a big area. Went to see me farmer, told him, you know, he was in the cowshed as usual, as farmers are, you know. Went to see me farmer, showed him these coins. He was very interested because him and his family are very interested in what's going on the farm in that particular area and Rome themselves. And I told him, obviously, I had to record them. I had to report them as well because it's going to be treasure. Treasure you have to report, you know, and I'm adamant then. You don't put anything in your pocket, you report treasure. He was quite happy with this, no problem at all. I said, oh, I've got another day off tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. He doesn't mind when I come. So I came back the next day, I started in the same place, okay, and I found another 30 odd. Marvellous. Went back to see him again over the course of the day and told him about it. He said, yeah, no problem. I said, I'll be back next week sometime. I worked as a chef at that time, and I started early. Halfway through the week, I said to the wife, I said to myself, I'll go out for a couple of hours detecting. The wife won't mind, you know. It's on my way home. It was only a 30-mile detour, so it was on my way home. And on that day, on that Thursday, I started detecting in this area and finding. And then one of the holes I dug, there was nothing there. So I dug a little bit deeper, and it was still in the hole. So I dug further down, and I got a little bit of black pottery, a little bit of black burnishware, Roman pottery. And I thought, oh, that's interesting, but a bit of pottery you get everywhere in the Roman fields. So I dug a little bit more, and I come up with some clay, and with all these little radiates, all bronze radiates in. And I went, oh, that's nice. I've got all these little bronze radiates. And they're nothing to do with the silver siliquas. There's 100 years between them, roughly. And I'm thinking, I've got a hoard, a little pot of Roman bronze coins there. What do? Do I dig it? Of course you do. No, of course you don't. I left it to the archaeologist. Went home, I phoned my local archaeologist, told her I'd got another hoard. She already knew about the siliquas. I told her I got another hoard. There was a pot of coins there. She got excited. She got in touch with another FLO that was actually in, because I was in Somerset rather than Wiltshire, and they said, come out, we'll come out and we'll dig it. So a week later, they arrived on site. They hired a nice part-time archaeologist in. Used to work for the Time team, you know. And I said to him one day, I said, because he said to me, I work for the Time team, you know. I said, well, I won't hold that against you, you know. So he came out. He was a lovely bloke, and we dug this hole. The family came out. My friends came out as well, and we all stood around watching him dig this hole. And this hole started to see the top of a pot. And as he cleaned it, it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it turned out to be the biggest pot that you could actually find. Really was. It was a huge pot, and it was full. It took 3 days to dig it up, and it was full of 52,503, don't forget the 3 on the end, 52,503 bronze and silver coins. And it's now declared the largest single hoard of Roman coins ever, because it's all in one pot. There's been bigger ones, but not in one pot. And it will probably always be the largest single one, because they don't make the pots any bigger. So unless you get a bigger pot, you can't get more coins in. So mine's going to be.
Can I ask you to describe my face when you just told me the amount of coins there?
Yeah, your face dropped, and people do, because if they haven't heard about it, they can't imagine what 52,000 coins look like. And if you go to Taunton Museum, it's like the pot itself has been put back together because it was broken. The pot's been put back together, and there's some coins on the top, some coins around the bottom. The actual pot is filled with polystyrene, because the majority of the coins, they're still being catalogued and studied in the British Museum by Sam Moorhead. He's a Roman coin expert. And them coins in there, they made his day, because in amongst that 52,000, there was a couple of thousand of the Emperor Cruzian, and that's his favourite, that's his baby. He thinks that is the bee's knees of coins. And he's just literally spent the last few years writing a catalogue on these coins, you know. So I'm his favourite detective now. I really am. And people, they don't realise that you could get 52,000 coins into a pot, you know. So unless someone finds a bigger pot, I will always be the person who found the largest single hoard of Roman coins. And to this day, all my lads here, my fellows in the club, the Trowbridge Metal Detecting Club, okay, whenever I start talking about it, they say, oh, he doesn't like talking about it. But I do. I love talking about it. Largest single hoard of Roman coins ever. And that'll go on my gravestone. I hope someone will chisel it on there one day. This is Gary.
All I could do is thank you for that description of everything and telling us about the events. That's mind blown me for a start. I'll be looking at the images out online. So thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. And again, good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Thanks very much. As you can see, all these detectorists, they're having a fantastic time, and that's what we did it for. To give them a fantastic time, and 2, to raise money for charity. So you can see by the number of people that are pleased, they've had a good time. And if they've had a good time, so have we.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Dave.
You're very welcome.
Now, we've got, remember the 2 Ronnies on telly?
Yeah.
With a pair of glasses. Well, there's only one pair of glasses, but we've got the 2 Garys.
Oh, look at that.
I should
good,
be wearing
isn't it?
glasses, but
You're all right,
I'm
you're
in
gonna draw
denial.
on that?
I've been in denial for about 2
So what are you
years.
going to draw?
Isn't that
You're
an
going to draw
Egypt?
all Daddy's fights.
Very good, very
All the
good.
stuff he's found.
Best way to talk to us is Gary B and Gary C. That's how most people talk to us when we're together. Because if somebody says Gaz, and we both turn around and go, what? So they don't really know who you're talking to. So Gary B and Gary C.
Or just shout Gary Glasses, and that's one of
Yeah,
them.
Gary Glasses, that'd be alright. He refuses to wear his, even though he needs to wear them sometimes. He walks straight
That
back.
sounds like someone's a little bit vain.
Nah, he's alright. He's my bro. He's my mate.
So tell me, we spoke yesterday briefly. How's it gone this weekend?
Do you know what, Dave? It's been absolutely fantastic. We've had the weather. The sun's been out. Friday set up couldn't have gone any easier. We've got an amazing field, an amazing marquee, plenty of room, plenty of happy people. The weekend couldn't have gone any better if we planned it. We've had fines Saturday, we've had fines Friday, we've had fines today. I've just heard reports of 2 more silver Celtic units that have just come up. A half sovereign, we had a half gold noble yesterday, a gold stater yesterday, lots of Roman today, plenty of hammered coins, and we've had nearly 850 acres to play on. We're right next to a Saxon village. What do you need in the metal detecting world? Do you know what I mean? And on top of that, the running count at the moment at the Rodney Cook Memorial Rally, £35,000 has been raised over this weekend for cancer care, children's leukemia, and Starlight, which is a respite for families to have a trip of a lifetime for terminally ill children. My good friend here, as you know, Gary Blackwell from XP, it's quite common knowledge, he's had cancer himself, and it means an awful lot to him. And as one of my best friends, I can't thank him enough for everything that he's supported me with, and for us to get this amazing weekend off the ground. And I'm losing it a little bit now, I'm getting a bit emotional. So I'll let Gaz do a little bit of talking now, and I'll recover.
Well, I don't know if you've been on the Just Giving site as well. I know that's taken into account, but on the online Just Giving account, we're up to nearly £2,000 on there as well. So it's fantastic.
Brilliant.
While you're taking a minute, I'll go and have a speak with Gary, holding you next to you.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm so proud of this boy, and I know his dad would have been proud of him. Gaz says we give him support and all that lot. All we do really is rock up with the prizes. These guys, Gaz and his team, they do all the work, and like I say, we are so proud of what they've achieved. We're proud to be a part of it, but us guys, our traders and all that lot, like I say, we just rock up with prizes and talk to customers. It's an easy job for us. It's the months of planning where we should take our hats off to these guys. I've been on the Rodney Cook Facebook group, the private one, and I see all the organisation what goes into it, and it is like a military operation. It really, really is. Absolutely fantastic. Like I say, I'm proud of Gaz, I'm proud of all of his team. Let's do it again next year, because it's going to be even better. Really, really great weekend, and it's great to meet nice people. When you're on social media and stuff like that, it's very cold, it's very distant the way you communicate with people, because you can't see their body language or feel their emotions. But when you're actually face to face at a metal detecting event with them, it's the personal touch, and every time we make new friends at these, and just talking to people and sorting their machines out and just talking about the old days, you know what it's like, it's just all the rubbish you talk about really makes this bond between metal detectorists, and that's what it is. There's no machine, my machine's better than yours rubbish. It's just we're all here, we're having a crack, we're with some really good friends. Gaz, I love you, man. You've done me proud. You have really knocked it out of the park this year.
Like Gaz has just said, Dave, we got to go in a minute because the raffle's going to start at 1 o'clock. The people who, my rocks really, it's gone from an idea in my head, and I remember sitting in Gary's kitchen one day saying, Gaz, I've got an idea.
You need a new kitchen.
I said, Gaz, I've got an idea, and he said, you're mad, Cookie. He said, it's really hard, but I'll support you if you want to do it. I'll be there for you. He's done more rallies than what I could ever imagine to do. So what better man to ask for, you know? And he said to me, if you want to do it, we're behind you. Me and XP will be helping you. And they've done me proud. And from an idea in my head to something the size of this, I could never ever have imagined in my entire life. It's gone from strength to strength, and it's only our second year. And you know what? Gaz is right. It's all about the friends that we make and the camaraderie that is at a place like this. And everybody's happy. Everybody's seeing the money that is brought in. And we've had some fines, and we've had a great weekend. And we're going to do it again next year. I can guarantee you that. At the moment, I'm thinking I must be mental. I must be mad. But we are going to do it again because. No, and I'm not going to big up the rally in any way better than other rallies because they all do brilliant rallies, but the Rodney Cook Memorial Rally is the only rally that has raised £57,000 in the 2 years that it's been running. Imagine what we could do in 10 years.
Well, to be honest, Gary, from the looks of it, from today, from last year's money, next year's event, I'm sure you'll clear over 100,000 total.
You know what? That would be amazing. That would be fantastic. And every penny we make, it changes lives. It really, really does. You know, when we were looking last night at that little Luke's treatment beads, he had every treatment that little boy has had, he gets given a bead. And literally the bead almost stretched from one side of the marquee to the other. Over 400 beads. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. And nobody cared about the weather. Nobody cared about finding a little bit of foil because that put it into perspective. When you're having a bad day in the field next time, just stop to think that at that precise moment in time, there's thousands of people in this country and all over the world who are being told they've got terminally ill cancer or they're having cancer treatment. So don't worry about the next time you find that bit of foil. Just be thankful that you're not one of that statistic. And by doing these rallies, it helps people get over being one of those statistics.
I think, what you got to look at it, a lot of people come to rallies to take things away with them, and you think automatically fines. It's not about taking fines away with you. It's taking memories and taking the feeling that you've helped other unfortunate people. That's what you've got to take away with you from a rally. And I think every single one of us, when we sit back and think about the Rodney Cook rally, do you know what? We've all taken something back with us. And it's a good feeling.
And when you talk about dry eye in the house, 6'1", big fat me last night. My mum passed away from cancer last year. The beads did it for me too. I had to sit down.
It does. And you know what? Yes, we have our quiet moments where we reflect on things, but then we have our amazing times where we all come together as a family. And the metal detecting world can be a family. Gaz is right. Social media has its good place and it has its bad place. We all know that. And sometimes it can cause rifts between people, but at the end of the day, we are all metal detectorists. And we are a happy family most of the time. And I need to go now because the raffle's going to be drawn. But Gaz,
mate,
I love you, mate. And he's going to get me working at Detectival next week. I've got to repay all of this work he's done for me somehow. So come and see us on the XP stand at Detectival next week. And if you need any help with your days, the XP guru himself is going to be there, and his dog's body, Mr. Cook. Take care.
I've not told him yet, but he's been sacked.
Well, thank you both, and thank you for the event. Thank you on behalf of ourselves. For the Metal Creek active community, I'll speak on behalf of everyone. Thank you for doing this, and thank you on behalf of all the other charities as well. And what you don't know, we actually interviewed your auntie at the start of the podcast, and I can say that your family are very proud of you too, Gary. So you listen back and listen to your auntie. Everyone's very proud of what you achieved. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you, mate.
And we'll speak to you before, but obviously we'll see you at Detectable next week, and we'll be here next year.
Yep.
Thanks again, Gary.
No problem.
So I was Gary. Magazines are free if you'd like to take one.
Thank you. Any news on the Simplex that's coming out?
That'll be next week's magazine.
Next week's magazine.
Yeah, when we're at Detectable, they'll probably launching it then, and all the information. And we've got talking on the podcast as well. So at the same time, and next week's Detectable, we have issue 4 out, and also the Mind Lab special, which is filled with all the new Mind Lab information. So
A big
that's
shout
that.
out to Leeds Unearth Metal Detecting.
I'll let you shout that out.
Hello, any lads from Leeds Unearth Metal Detecting. Hope you all had a good weekend.
There you go. Just the normal people on the street. That's what we do here.
Which one is? What?
Certainly can. Rootus thank you present off them. So I think as I say, as Gary's just said, the raffle's about to be drawn. Big raffle for the weekend, the Sunday one. As I say, it's been a fantastic weekend. The sun here at the moment in the Gloucestershire countryside is beating down. Fun little flat. I slept in my car last night. I built a bed in the car and it slept very well. So I think we're going to have some last words with my friend and confidant, Mr. Higgins, and then we'll go. So Luke, how's it been for the weekend?
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant, Dave. I think it's been a fantastic event. I've really enjoyed it. I am looking forward to getting home and having a shower and seeing my wife, Laura, and my daughters, Nellie Marie and Bonnie Laura. So yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend, but I am looking forward to getting in the car and heading home now for a bar.
Actually getting in the car, because we had the faux car on Friday, of course.
Yes, new alternator. Arrived on Thursday, got up in no problem at all. Went down into the local village Friday morning, the alternator went, so several £100 later. My car is back on the road, but there we go.
So we will, as the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine, be at Detectable next week. Come and give us a sing. We will be there next week with issue 4 of the magazine, plus we'll be doing the Mind Lab edition. Luke wants me to speak to one more person, if we can find him. He's pointing him out at the moment. And it's another person who's found a board of consequence. Looks like I'm going to have to limbo under the guide rope. Anyway, excuse me. So yes, we will be at Detectable next week with more frequent magazine, and hopefully after the events are finished, we will be in a position where we'll be able to send any out for people who are interested. I realise I'm stood next to the car as well over here because there's an Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine sign it. The Big God podcast. We've got a hell of a lot of things coming. We really have. We've got guests coming out of our ears from both the what we'll be doing. We'll have in the Big Archaeology podcast as well as the Metal Detecting one, and we will be having specials as well, where we've got a hell of a lot of information and audio books lined up for you to listen to, historical context. So there again, so beyond the beep, Derek, how are you?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm marvellous. I love that accent.
Excellent. It's sexy, isn't it?
It is sexy. I won't go that way, but Scotland, my favourite place on earth. Spent a lot of time in Bonnybridge.
Yeah, Bonnybridge is not so wet from where we are. We're on the west coast, so Ayrshire, so it's quite wet there. Wet, windy and miserable most of the time, but reasonable to take it.
Did I see you on an episode of Extreme Expeditions or Extreme Unknown?
Yeah, Expedition Unknown.
That's the one,
that's right. That's myself and my wife Sharon were on that. Yeah. Running about in Highlands with a kilt on.
Yeah. I thought I recognise him. I was a big fan of that programme actually. So have you been here all weekend?
Yeah, we came down. We actually came down on Thursday, and we've been out detecting now on Friday, Saturday. This is a detecting time because, as you know, we also work for Mind Lab. So normally when we're at these events, we're chained to a test bed.
So next week, of course, you'll be at Detectable.
Next week we'll be chained to a test bed at Detectable. Should be something special. MD with any Mind Labs can come along to the test bed, and it'll be big enough and entertaining enough for anybody with a Mind Lab or any other machine that want to have a go.
Now I've currently got a Rootus Salsa 71, but out of all the machines I've had, my favourite, which I'm still kicking myself for getting rid of, is the Xterra 705. So I can see the Mind Lab thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, Xterra is a good machine, but the new breed of Mind Lab machines coming out based on the multi-IQ platform are really what you're aiming at now. For the foreseeable future, certainly with the VLF machines, I think everything's going to be built around that multi-IQ platform. platform because it is such a good software platform for metal detecting.
So I've also been tipped off by a little dicky bird called Mr. Higgins that you may have found something Viking of consequence.
Yeah, the Galloway Hoard is, I think it's been described as the richest collection of Viking artefacts ever discovered in Great Britain and Ireland. So, yeah, it was an exciting find in 2014, September the 3rd.
Did you do a little dance?
I did a big dance. I went into shock for 3 weeks, I think, 3-4 weeks. Honestly, the feeling is just indescribable, you know. I mean, it really was something special. Especially we've been searching not for a treasure as such, but searching for a Viking settlement. And eventually we found it. I mean, the ground penetrating radar has said it's roughly a 3-hectare settlement, which is a massive settlement going back to Viking times and before that even. And the treasure itself is over 100 pieces. It's approximately 8 kilograms of silver, gold and jewels.
And I take it that's currently in a museum exhibition somewhere?
It was exhibited, or part of it was exhibited when they were trying to raise the funds for the war, but it's currently under conservation, and I believe they'll be opening a brand new gallery in the National Museum of Scotland just specifically for the Galloway Hoard, and I think that's going to be the middle of next year.
And that's the point when you'll look and be blank-faced and agog and ununderstanding of what's happened again.
Yeah. It's kind of surreal when you look at it in a museum, because obviously I went to the last one and you can remember holding these objects, now they're behind glass, so it's a wee bit kind of surreal, but you know, it's a proud moment to see it in the museum, and you know, to see it cleaned up will be something special, because I don't know what they're going to do with the Carolingian vessel, whether they're going to take the textiles off that and clean it up, or what they're going to do. They're going to do a 3D representation of it. Who knows? They don't actually tell me anything, so it'll be as much a surprise for me as it will be for the general public to see.
Well, any of the listeners, obviously, whenever anything happens with that, we'll try and keep them updated with the information of where they can see it, the 3D analysis and such like. So keep an eye on the Archaeology Metal Detecting magazine, and obviously Treasure Hunting magazine and the search will also be that. So Derek, thank you very much. I'm going to let you go because it's raffle time and everybody wants to go to the raffle, so thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Have a great rest of the day and a good trip back to Scotland, and I'll see you at Detectable.
You too. See you next week.
Take care. So that's it from me, and thank you very much to all the guests. Today it's been fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here this weekend, and an honour to be involved in such significant causes for everybody, all the different charities involved. Thank you as well for everybody, all the traders who've been here, the NCMD, Treasure Hunting magazine, Roman Remains, Regton's, LP, the Butty Barn and Main Balloonry, the bar, and Cafe 2U as well. Everybody's done their bit this weekend. So I'm Dave Sadler, this is the Big Metal Detecting Podcast. See, I remember that didn't pause that time. Thank you everybody, and have a fantastic weekend.